To you on the other side of the screen, hello, Shine here. Welcome to my channel if it's your first time, and welcome back if you watched my previous videos. So like I promised, I would be sharing with you today that's something that I tried that really made me face my trauma head on. As you may already know from the title, I tried out helmet diving. But if you haven't watched my previous video regarding my trauma and my testimony, you should definitely go ahead and check it out so you would better understand why this experience was so precious to me. I'll be putting its link in the YouTube cards above or in the description box down below, so do go ahead and watch it after this one. After having our breakfast, my brother and I roamed around the resort where we were staying, while mom and dad chose to stay behind in our cabin to simply enjoy the fresh air and the peaceful morning. When my brother and I were done taking pictures and roaming around the resort, we both decided to go back to our cabin, get changed, and prepare for the helmet dive. The night before, our friend suggested that me and my brother try out this helmet diving. Now you know that I have a trauma and I don't know how to swim. So that was a concern for me. But when we asked him about it, he said that it's completely fine even though I don't know how to swim because apparently we'd be walking under the water. So that did confuse me for a little while until he added that we'd be going down 15 to 20 feet until we reach the seabed. When I heard that, honestly, I was scared. But I figured that this could really help me with my trauma, so I decided that I'd still go. Back to the next day, around 9:30 in the morning, we're already at the shore, being handed over some life vests that we would wear before boarding this motor rubber boat that would then bring us to a big raft at sea. When we reached the raft, we had a short orientation about helmet diving, and we were also taught some hand signals that we could use to communicate with the divers that would be accompanying us underwater. And it was time for us to actually try out helmet diving. My brother went first, and my dad decided that he would join us, so he went second, and of course I decided that I would go last. So there was a ladder at the edge of the raft that you could use to get down to the seabed, and the instructions were you're supposed to go down 2 steps first until the water is at your chest level, and they would put the helmet over your head and then on your shoulders, because we were also informed that the helmets weighed 25 kilos on land and more or less 2 to 3 kilos underwater. Yeah, it's quite heavy, but it's manageable. So after they put the helmet over your head, you'd go down another 2 steps until you're completely underwater, and you will start to equalize, as you can see my dad and my brother are doing. After a while, both my dad and my brother already reached the seabed, so it was finally my turn to go down. But I just can't bring myself to take that first step down the ladder and just sat at the edge of the raft, scared as I start palpitating. Thankfully, the people assisting us were really nice and patient with me. They didn't ask me to hurry up or anything and just tried to encourage me. And they also told me that it'll be fine, that I would really enjoy being with the fishes underwater. So that helped me, and I plucked up my courage to go closer to where the ladder was. And as I was about to take that first step down the ladder, one of the people assisting us stopped me because it seems like my dad has decided to go back up already, even though it hasn't been 15 minutes yet. Upon hearing that, I became more nervous than I was already, and questions like, why is that going up already? Did he have trouble breathing underwater? Was it too cold? I just asked those questions, and honestly, I became more scared, and I was already hesitating whether I should still go or not. But when my dad got out of the water, I asked him why he decided to go back up already, and he replied that the water was just a bit too cold for him. So I was still thinking whether I should still go or not, but he said that it was totally fine that I go still. And he pointed at my brother, actually just his helmet. We can't really see my brother, but we could see his yellow helmet underwater, stating that my brother was already having fun underwater and, enjoying his time with the fishes. And he said that I too would enjoy experiencing that. So that convinced me. I took my first 2 steps down the ladder and they put the helmet over my head, and then another 2 steps until I was underwater and started to equalize as well. Step after step after step after step until I reached the seabed. When I reached the bottom, the divers then guided me to the handrails. They have these handrails in this area around that big group of coral reefs that you could hold on to and just go around. And that really helped me calm myself down because I was holding on to something. But they still assisted me until I got to where my brother was. And they were right. I did enjoy my time there, seeing the fishes swim so close to me, even touching some of them. It was just amazing. I thought this must have been how it was for Ariel. And that song from The Little Mermaid, Under the Sea, just plays in my head. It was really a whole new world for me. It's like looking at an aquarium, but so much better. It was the first time that we've been that deep into the sea after the accidents. It was really meaningful for me. The only difference this time was that it was so much fun. And I wasn't really scared anymore. I was able to overcome my fear and have fun with the fishes under the water. So for that, I was really grateful. So that was my experience helmet diving. It's the first time. I believe I would want to try it for a second, third, or even fourth time, but that will have to wait. I want to learn how to swim first so that next time I could actually try scuba diving. And yeah, maybe the next part of this video would be about how I already learned how to swim and have fully overcome my trauma. Because right now, I'm not really scared of being under the water, but it still happens sometimes when my head is under the water, and even if I get out, I still have some trouble breathing. I still haven't fully gotten over that yet, but I know that I will in God's perfect time, because this is all just a process. Wherever we are at the moment, it's not our destination. We're just passing through. We should not hate this process. We should actually be thankful for it because it develops us to be stronger. It helps us become braver and just learn more. This is a long process for me, but one day I know that I will fully overcome this trauma. I would learn how to swim. And like I said, I would get to try out scuba diving. I hope that I could share that with you someday. And as I've mentioned in my previous Facebook post that I shared in my last video, God will not show us the entire staircase. He will just show us the first step, and we just have to take that first step. And then He'll show us the next step. We just have to take that step again. And for us, it may seem slow. The progress may seem slow, but we should always remember that slow progress is still progress. As always, thank you so much for watching. God bless and have a nice day.